Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Courtney, and if you're returning, welcome back. Today we're getting into Star Trek: The Next Generation, Season 2, Episodes 5 and 6. Looking forward to them as per usual, but very quickly, if you are supporting over on Patreon, I greatly appreciate it, and if you're watching this video with military affiliation, thank you so much for your service. We're not going to waste any time. I'm looking forward to it, so let's get into it.
Both sides of a bitter planetary conflict have petitioned Starfleet to transport the mediator they have mutually selected.
This sounds familiar. Ooh, that's cool.
I've been puzzling over how the third planet could maintain such an orbit when it's theoretically impossible.
Yeah, it's moving kind of funny.
Well, perhaps this facsimile lacks the proper mass.
Well, it's not a matter of any great moment.
Oh, we've arrived at Ramadas 3.
Oh, well. Time to leave.
Yeah, it's time to get to work.
Standard orbit, Mr. Crusher?
Standard orbit.
Mr. Data, you have the bridge.
I'm still a little uncomfortable with your leading this away team.
For me not to go could be construed as lack of interest.
Yeah, and he's the captain. He should be able to lead regardless.
Actually, I'm looking forward to meeting this mediator. They wanted the best. That, according to all reports, is Reva.
Oh, I'm looking forward to meeting Reva.
Have your sensors indicated any problem down there, Lieutenant?
None.
But you're feeling a certain confusion about this mission.
Oh boy, what's going on?
I've never known you to have such strong emotions, except when you're expecting to do battle.
I am not expecting battle.
Well, tell the truth. What's wrong? You're among friends.
Reva.
Reva negotiated several treaties between the Klingons and the Federation. Now look, this is a simple, ceremonial greeting. Nothing more.
Oh, it's about to be more. Okay, where's everybody? I will say that is a really nice color on Counselor Troy. I've been meaning to mention that.
We've arrived safely, number one. But so far, we've been ignored.
Is it a trap? I take it this is Reva?
Reva?
All right. Figure that out. A little mysterious.
Please, come closer.
Where are y'all are they about to be blessed?
Before I start, is there anything you need? Food? Refreshments?
Ooh, her voice.
Greetings.
Welcome to Ramadas.
I have been expecting you.
Are they androids?
You are empathic.
Yes.
She must not be picking up anything from them.
I am looking forward to this journey, now more than ever, because it gives me a chance to be in your company.
I, too, am looking forward to learning more about you.
So he speaks through them.
Our way of communicating has developed over the centuries, and it's one that I find quite harmonious.
That took me a moment to catch on
Reva,
to.
the mediator,
Is deaf.
We serve as translators.
Okay.
We convey not only his thoughts, but his emotional intent as well.
This is quite different. I'm pleasantly surprised.
I am passion, the libido. I am the anarchy of lust, the romantic, and the lover.
Looking her up and down like she a snack.
and so the three
Speak
of
to
you-
me!
What?
Oh dear.
Speak directly to me.
This unique form of presentation provoked this inadvertent breach in protocol. No insult was intended.
Then none is perceived.
We were not aware of all of this.
The gene for hearing is not present in my planet's ruling line.
My chorus is so attuned they can hear my thoughts and translate to you.
I was wondering how this worked with him being deaf.
This part of you doesn't speak very often.
Only when the spirit moves me.
Oh, and he is moved by the spirit, honey. He likes what he sees. I feel like the lust one is gonna do a whole lot of talking.
Commander Riker, the away team +4 is on board.
Ensign, set your course for Soleus 5.
Nicely done, Wesley.
What is this?
Reva is deaf. These three speak for him. Address yourselves directly to Reva.
Yeah, make sure you look at him.
Captain, may I say, it is an honor to be on board such a fine vessel. It is a pleasure to meet such a
Oh, he can sense it.
unique individual.
Thank you.
It is my pleasure to meet you, sir.
Then your visor serves the same function as my chorus?
Pretty much. There's that
And
connection.
you don't resent it.
They're both a part of me, and I really like who I am. There's no reason for me to resent either one.
Ooh, that's a good answer. A very good answer.
It's a blessing to understand that we are special, each in his own way.
Yes, that's the way I feel exactly.
Oh, is he allowed to do that?
I offer the hospitality of my vessel.
Okay, I take it as a yes.
If it is not inconvenient, Counselor Troy could escort me, with your permission.
There it is. Mm-hmm.
This way.
Oh yeah, he likes her.
At times like this, we become an encumbrance.
So, if you have rooms for us,
Lieutenant Worf will escort you.
Reva's not what I expected.
At all. This is a very unique episode.
Exactly what are you feeling?
Be blunt.
Well, I feel that soon. Perhaps after the briefing by your captain that you will be hungry.
Ooh.
And that perhaps we could dine together and compare experiences.
Oh, I took that as something else. Like, are we going to be this bold? I thought he was being extra fresh.
So many have died that both societies are on the verge of extinction.
enough. Thank you, Captain. There is no need to continue.
Well, that was very abrupt.
They've been at war for so long. It has become personal.
Exactly.
The factions have been at war for 15 centuries.
That's a long time.
They have been killing each other for a long time. Now they want to talk peace. What's the new piece to the puzzle?
Excellent question.
Unknown, sir.
Perhaps they have run out of people to kill.
Oh, that's an interesting theory.
To date, I have never failed. Now, unless there is something else.
Never failed before. This could be that time for failure.
If you will excuse me.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Bye, y'all.
Our mediator is very self-assured. We'll know soon enough if he can deliver.
Yep, that part right there. We'll see.
We're now approaching Soleus 5,
Half impulse.
slowing to 1/2 impulse.
This dinner happened way faster than I thought.
Sometimes we must allow the surroundings to flow over us, how it feels, to allow it to fill you.
Everything sounds like a sexual innuendo to me.
How do we communicate? I know you can read lips, but I need your words. We both know
What we need, what we want.
how to express important words, like
Imagination.
dream.
Never mind.
Being here with you now is very special to me, too.
Aw, that was a cute little interaction.
Captain, I'm reading laser activity on Soleus 5.
So much for the ceasefire.
If you continue to violate the ceasefire, I will abort this mission.
You have no jurisdiction here, Picard.
And of course they're going to be difficult.
The other faction is breaking through, sir. Where is Reva?
I shall summon him.
Why is there so much interference?
Counselor Troy, please have Reva report to the bridge.
Duty calls. Y'all can flirt later.
The ceasefire has been broken.
I'm sure I can resolve that.
Now you must demonstrate courage in a new way. Cease hostilities. Allow us to meet.
The laser fire has ceased.
For how long?
Right. That's all he had to do?
I will need to see a topographical overlay of the battle area in order to pick a site for the meetings.
I prefer to arrive with the smallest possible complement.
I get what he's saying.
There. Beam us down to that hilltop and inform the factions to join us. The time for killing has come to an end.
He's very sure of himself. I hope it goes smoothly.
Phasers on stun, Mr. Worf.
You won't need those.
Sure we won't.
I mean, they should go down there with something. It'd be silly not to. Because, honey, I can hear Starfleet now.
It is important that we set this up properly. I would like torches here and here.
And what else?
A table. Three-sided and, if possible, made to resemble indigenous rock.
That should be no problem.
Oh, well, let's see what you got.
They're coming, Commander.
The first few minutes will be very tense. Do not respond, even if you are provoked.
All right, well, Worf, good luck. And good luck to Riker, too.
Who is Reva?
I am Riva.
You have been fighting all your lives.
War.
Only.
War.
No, no, never, never! Death first! Riva! Death!
Oh no.
No, wait! Wait!
Beam us up now! His words are not mine. Riva, we need you. We need you!
I knew this wasn't going to end well. I was a little hopeful, but gosh, those poor interpreters.
Apparently, a member of one of the factions didn't like the idea of peace.
I don't understand what you're trying to say, Counselor.
She can only do so much.
Can you write it out?
No?
I am so sorry that your friends were killed. We have to find some way to communicate with him.
Yes. Somehow.
Data, he knows some kind of gestural language. Find out which one and learn it.
Aye, sir.
Listen to me. You are not alone. We are all in this together. Now.
Good job, Captain Picard.
Very interesting. A technique of communication that is both silent and covert.
Any folks out there know sign language? I know a little bit. I was in sign language club in high school.
Increase?
How's our mediator?
All of his life he's been in control, and now, for the first time, he doesn't have any answers. I don't know what we can do to help him. I can't do anything.
I mean, I'm sure this is a big shock for him.
I have reviewed and stored 5 distinct signing languages. This is blue. This is the blue ocean. This is 2 happy people in love walking along the beach by the blue ocean at sunset.
We get it, we get it.
Let's talk to Riva.
I know that y'all are so happy that y'all have Data on the Enterprise.
Riva, Commander Data has learned your sign language. Talk to us.
I am responsible for their deaths. In my arrogance, I thought no one could possibly harm the great Riva. They were more than my interpreters.
They were your friends, your family?
They were also my friends. They were a part of me. I did not realize how much a part until now.
You never know what you have until it's gone.
They want to renew negotiations.
I cannot. I will not.
This could be the catalyst which binds them together.
It could be.
Someone else will have to speak with them, not me. Not after what I allowed to happen.
You didn't allow anything. The guy just did it.
Data is a fine machine, but he cannot take the place of my chorus. It took years to develop a communication that cannot be easily replaced.
But you still should try something. Yeah.
I cannot help them. Captain, please take me back to Ramatis.
I could attempt to regenerate your optic nerve. And with the help of the replicator, fashion normal eyes. You would see like everyone else.
Really?
I've done it twice. In situations somewhat similar to yours.
Oh, wow. Is he gonna do it?
Geordie, it would eliminate the constant pain you were under.
When I came to see you, it was to talk about modifying this. And now you're saying it could be possible for me to have normal vision?
No, I did not see that coming.
This is a one-shot. If you decide to change your mind, there's no going back. I can offer choices, not guarantees.
A lot to think about.
This is a lot to think about.
All right, Pulaski, not bad, girl, not bad.
Captain is going to take you back to Ramatis. But first, he's given me permission to attempt to settle the conflict down on Soleil's.
Yes, her.
We've come so far and paid such a terrible price, I must try. When dealing with 2 factions so diametrically opposed, where do you start? I want to know anything you can tell me which could help.
Yeah, because she's going to do this with or without your help.
My technique was to look for something that was common to both groups. But what is even more difficult is to get each side to listen, really listen to each other.
So many people struggle with that one.
This isn't going to be easy for me.
Come on, let's all go together.
The real secret is turning disadvantage into advantage.
Why can't you do that?
He can, he just doesn't realize that he can without his chorus.
That is interesting.
Uh-huh.
That would give them something in common. I do not understand, Counselor. To what is he referring?
Aw. Thank you. I recognize that.
Thank me.
Yeah, my sign language is rusty.
There are no life signs in the immediate area.
All right, stay sharp. We may have to get out of there in a hurry.
Don't worry, Colin will snatch you back.
You can beam the table and torches down now.
All right, finally. I've been waiting to see these. Okay, simple enough.
Light the torches to let them know that I am back.
Riva is going to teach them sign language.
It is turning a disadvantage into an advantage.
Cool.
While they are learning how to communicate with Riva, they'll be learning how to communicate with each other.
I like it.
And that is the first and most important aspect of any relationship. We have a chance. They want these talks to be successful. And thank you for everything.
Aww. I think he'll do well.
You read me well enough to sense how I feel about you and what you do on this ship. But I just wanted to say the words, thank you. Well done.
It's always nice to hear it. I feel like this goes without saying, but one of the things that I really enjoy about Star Trek is the representation that you see in the show, especially with, I mean, we now have an individual who's deaf, and of course we got to see sign language. I very much enjoyed this particular episode. Especially, I thought it was cool that he had his interpreters. It's sad that he lost them, but what I ended up getting from this particular episode is, yeah, things are going to happen that are not going to be as ideal, but you're going to have to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and adapt. And that's what I got from this one, because, I mean, it was very realistic that Riva pretty much shut down there and was just really angry over losing his friends. And then, I mean, it was very relatable. And I appreciated that this episode touched on so many different things, not only with Riva, but also with Geordi as well, and his sight. Because we've heard up until this point that with Geordi, there's nothing that can be done. Now, all of a sudden, we have Dr. Pulaski, and she's like, technically, I've done this twice before, and I can help you out. Now, if Geordi's going to do it or not, I'm not obviously sure at this point. But I know I mentioned in one of my videos sometime back that, oh, I remember which one it was. It was the one where Riker gets the power of Q and he gives Geordi the ability to see. And Geordi's like, no. And I get it, because I'm just like, yeah, that takes away from his character. His character is so cool with, you know, the visor. And I know that's causing him pain and everything. And of course, obviously, it's his decision at the end of the day. But I'm just like, gosh, that would be quite different from what we're used to seeing with Geordi's. So I'm very interested in seeing what Geordi's going to do with that. But going back to Riva, they set it up in a way that you could tell that it wasn't going to go well, because it's like, oh yeah, I've never had a problem. Okay, good for you. Love that for you. Love that you've never had an issue negotiating with two different groups of people. Love that. It's great. But y'all set this up where it's kind of like, this is not going to go smoothly. And again, I wasn't thinking that he would lose his friends like that. Like, that was a shock. I thought maybe someone would have been badly injured and they would have been beamed up, or they would have turned their weapons on each other. I didn't think they were going to turn their weapons on the negotiator, his interpreters, and our crew. Like, that didn't cross my mind at all. So the fact that we ended up losing all three of them, not only was it a shock to us, obviously it was a shock to Riva, because they've been together for so long. Like, those are his folks to help him talk to people. And I do appreciate the fact that Data, obviously, you know, and again, Data just truly, truly comes in handy. I will say, side note, when it comes to the crew, like Data, Counselor Troy, and Geordi. Love Worf. I love Worf, Riker, Captain Picard. You know, I really like Wesley. Pulaski, she's getting there. We're getting there slowly but surely. But those three in particular, they bring so much value to this particular crew that it's just like, who else was going to be able to learn sign language that fast? Obviously, with Data being an android, like he was gonna figure it out somehow, some way. And then we were able to better communicate with Reva. This episode really made me think, especially when it came to like being able to listen and understand people. And it's human nature to make assumptions, especially when you like hear something that someone says and you're just like relating it to maybe something you've been through, or you're just like, no, like I don't agree with what you said because of this, and this, or whatever. And it's like, whoa. That is not what I was saying. I was saying it like this because I've been through this, and this. I've had to kind of like reprogram my brain a little bit to remember that everybody you interact with has a story and has different things that they've been through. And it's just, you gotta remember that, especially when you're interacting with people. So with that being said, we are gonna move on into episode 6, and I hope that you guys enjoy.
Medical log, stardate 42437.5.
All right, Pulaski.
For years, he's lived in near isolation on a remote planet. 8 hours ago, we monitored a message from his assistant urgently requesting medical aid.
They send out a plea for help, and then they cut off transmission so they can't tell if there's any help on the way.
That's odd. Are they being held hostage?
Does Data say why he wants to see us?
He said something about his new image.
His new image?
Sometimes I think he's becoming more human than any of us realize.
I mean, I've been picking up on that too.
Geordi said you wanted to see us.
Indeed. Or stated more correctly, I wanted you to see me.
Okay, well, I want to see. Bring it on, Data.
It is a beard, Geordi. A fine, full, dignified beard.
You've aged yourself a bit, baby.
Opinions?
It's, very different.
That it is.
Do I not appear more intellectual?
I'm sorry, I have to go now. Goodbye.
You know what? Live your life. Do what you want to do. This is your lived experience.
If anyone can hear me, please send a doctor. Things are getting worse.
Our records show that she and Graves are the only ones living on the planet, Captain.
And what scared her?
Right. There's something there.
Mayday. This is the USS We're requesting emergency.
The USS whom?
Captain, I show the Constantinople in that general vicinity. 2012 colonists aboard.
Outer hull breach. She must have had an internal explosion.
That's a lot of people.
They'll all be prone to severe hypoxia. Their lives are at risk. We've got to help them.
And what about Graves?
He's one man.
Oh, gosh. One man or over 2,000 people?
Come out of warp just long enough to energize the beam.
A touch and go down warping.
Well, this will be different.
We're going to execute a near warp transport. This may be a little tricky. I would like you to handle it.
Yes, Captain.
There may be hundreds on the Constantinople that require emergency attention. I should be there to supervise.
Who'll replace you?
Lieutenant Solar, she has my complete confidence.
Okay, we got a good game plan.
Now remember, this is a near warp transport, so the effects may be a little unusual.
Oh, McCoy would have a field day with this.
Wait a minute, I don't understand. This might sound crazy, but for a moment, I thought I was stuck in that wall.
For a moment you were.
That could have ended really badly.
I suggest we look around to see if anyone is home.
You heard me. Thank God.
Okay, so where's the guy?
We monitored your distress call, but then you never acknowledged our response.
I'm sorry. I couldn't take the chance.
All right, who's threatening
The
you?
chance that I might find out someone was coming?
He has pain, shortness of breath, irritability.
Ridiculous! I'm as healthy as a regalian ox.
Well, let's check you out.
I will admit, for a doctor, you're not a bad-looking woman.
Oh, boy.
I thought you didn't like people.
Right.
Women aren't people. They're women.
I'm Deanna Troy. It's an honor to meet you, Dr. Graves.
Deanna's better than I am.
Are you a Romulan?
Hardly.
Oh dear.
Karina's lived here since her father died when she was very young.
Yeah, Worf, be nice. She doesn't know any better.
Klingons and the Romulans don't look much alike, Karine, even though they act much alike.
To stand here and be insulted.
Yes, you need to just hold it in.
Lieutenant Commander Data.
Shh.
Oh.
Absolutely no aesthetic value whatsoever. Looks like Sung's work.
Yeah, he is correct.
You could say that I was the father of his work, which kind of makes me your grandfather, doesn't it, Sonny? Damn doctors! Always sneaking up on one, attacking from the rear.
I mean, she kind of has to do her job.
You have Darnay's disease. I'm sorry, Dr. Graves. It's in its final stage. In all cases, Darnay's is terminal.
I figured. I mean, when she said final stage, I figured.
We've successfully repaired the stricken liner Constantinople. Our task complete. We are heading back to Graves World with great dispatch.
Nice job, y'all.
I have noticed, Doctor.
Call me Grandpa.
I have noticed, Grandpa, that you keep repeating the same notes of a musical phrase I am unfamiliar with.
If I only had a heart.
I recognized it.
What happens to this man?
He finds out he's human after all. Always was. Stories often have happy endings. It's life that throws you for a loop.
Oh yeah, loops, twists, turns, all sorts of stuff.
Do you know what desire is, Data?
To long for, to crave, a wish.
Here goes the definition.
I do not suppose I will ever really know.
Oh, I feel pity for you. Your existence must be a kind of walking purgatory.
Not to Data, though.
Just existing.
Ooh.
A dying man takes the time to mourn a man who will never know death.
Yeah?
Funny. I have had great difficulty determining what funny is.
I love how all these episodes are just so connected.
He's attracted to you in many ways.
Attracted? Had I been older, perhaps we could have been. That's not the way it worked out.
Oh, I'll die. But I won't really be dead. I believe I've learned to transfer the wealth of my knowledge into a computer.
Oh, we saw that in Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
I do have an off button, if you will. Its activation robs me of my consciousness.
I thought we weren't supposed to tell people about the button.
Just where would Sung position such a device?
Data? Data, come on now, buddy.
He is gone. It happened just a few moments ago. In my arms. Ira Graves is dead.
Something else happened. Is he in, Data? I don't know how else to say it.
Hello, Data. It's good to see you again.
Data would have said something.
You always did love the sky.
See?
Did Ira tell you that?
Ira never told you how beautiful you were to him. He wanted to.
How could he have done that, though?
He was a fine man, a man of rare gifts and great accomplishments.
Look at Data.
Does anyone else have anything to say?
I believe I have a few words to say, sir. Just look at that face. The face of a thinker. Yes, Ira Graves was all that.
Okay, hear me out. The way he's talking right now reminds me of Lore.
He cared too much for his fellow man.
Everybody is like, who is this man? Well, who is this android?
I can safely say that to know him
was to love him.
Was to love him. And to love him was to know him.
Is that all, Data? Is
I'm
that
almost
it?
Finished, sir.
No, I think we're done. Come on. Ooh, the way he just looked. Okay, that was a nice little detail right there.
We now commit the body of Ira Graves to the timeless depths of space.
Perhaps it was my admiration for Grandpa that got the best of me.
No, we can tell that this is not you.
Don't try so hard to be human. Just be yourself.
I will work on staying within myself.
I want answers. I need my answers.
Thank you, sir.
See, look at that smirk. Oh, and he's looking at the booty. I just don't know how he did it.
Is it possible that the loss of Graves might have affected him?
I hope you're right. I hope that's all it is.
Nah, baby, there's more to it, honey. Y'all just haven't figured it out yet.
To know him is to love him, is to know him.
Your childlike mind cannot appreciate the time-worn wisdom of my words.
See, Data wouldn't have said that to you.
Data, chronologically, you're not much older than I am.
You are only as old as you feel. Try to remember that, boy.
You're not turning into a philosopher, are you, Mr. Data?
Come on, people, stay with it.
Lover? Genius?
Data, what's wrong with you?
See? Come on, y'all. Somebody, anybody.
How beautiful.
I thought you might enjoy the bridge, Miss Brianna.
Oh boy. Is that jealousy I smell?
I'm aware of your interest in her.
Ooh?
What was that, Commander?
Nothing, sir. Nothing at all.
These are the science stations.
Wait a second. If his consciousness is in Data, couldn't Counselor Troy technically pick up on it?
I detest hypocrisy. I wish they would just come out and admit it. That your interest in Corinne is not purely professional. She does not care for older men. Or men of limited intellect.
Woo! Woo! Oh no, those are fighting words.
Mr. Data, you will come with me right now. Do you understand me?
I understand all too well. Removing the competition will not help you, Picard.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Do you know what that was all about?
Jealousy. A human emotion, and it was coming from Data.
Okay, so can we finally, all be on the same page? Something's not right.
If you wish to apologize, I am prepared to listen.
You expect me to apologize to you? Data, something has obviously gone wrong with your circuitry.
Thank you.
I am as healthy as a Regalian ox.
I wish I could believe that. I would accompany you to sickbay. But I doubt if that would do us any good.
Yeah, how are we gonna figure this out? How are we gonna fix them?
I'm going to have engineering run a full physical on you.
I am sure that will not be necessary, Captain. I am fully capable of running a circuit check on myself.
You have no say-so in this moment.
Just as I expected. I am fine.
No, get engineering to do it. You probably faked that.
For the first time since I've known you, I don't believe you.
Try and hold still, will you, Data?
Data, will you wait for me in the corridor?
Why should I?
Ugh, get your tail up.
His insubordination is growing by leaps and bounds.
Perhaps we're looking in the wrong place. Perhaps his mental health needs to be addressed.
Oh, well, there you go.
What, he's saying that Data's losing his mind?
Mind has been altered.
It will just gauge your psychological reactions to the images it projects.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought he was about to start freaking out.
It's safe to say that you're his best friend.
Sometimes he wants to be human so badly he can taste it. Witnessing Graves' death may have been some sort of catalyst for the way he...
I have the results of the tests.
So you're not gonna believe this.
There are two disparate personalities within Lieutenant Commander Data. The dominant personality is unstable. It seems to have an especially strong hatred of you, Captain. And the worst part is, it's growing.
So we need to figure out how to reverse it and remove it.
Lieutenant Wolf, will you go to 10 forward and keep an eye on Data? I want to know more about what happened down on Graves' World. Lieutenant Solar, report to the captain's ready room.
I do like how we get to see this space more in season 2.
You know who I am.
Your Data.
Corinne's not in a headspace to realize that that's Graves.
Ira?
There it is.
It is me. I deactivated Data and transferred my mind into his frame.
So that's how he did it.
They'll try to stop you.
It is my body now. It is out of their hands.
No, it's not.
Doctor, what was your impression of Graves?
He seemed brilliant, egocentric, arrogant, chauvinistic.
Sound familiar?
Yeah?
Think of the things I will accomplish over the next 1,000 years.
But you do realize she's gonna die, right? She's not immortal.
I know what you were thinking. I will create an android body for you too. We can witness the end of time together.
That's not what she wants.
I can love you now. The way I always wanted to. Now I can be everything you want me to be.
You don't know exactly what she wants.
I won't let you put me in a machine. I want to live my life. I won't let you take it away from me.
There you go, girl. Stand up for yourself. Tell him what you want.
Are you hurting me?
Yeah, this is way too dangerous.
He was working on bridging the gap between man and machine.
Seems he built that bridge.
Yeah, and he crossed right on over.
I can hear you coming, Captain. My ears are better than the average dog's, you know.
I came here to talk to Data.
I cannot allow that.
Well, you're gonna have to, buddy.
I am man, he is machine. There is no question who must live and what must die.
Before me, he was nothing. Without heart, a man is meaningless.
That's your opinion.
I would not come up here if I were you, Captain. I might not like it.
Oh, well. No!
You are most fortunate, my dear Captain, that I am not a violent man.
Yes, you are. He better still be breathing.
Not a violent man.
They told me I was not supposed to be up here. They should not have done that.
This experiment must be terminated.
Yeah, we can't have this.
How is Miss Brianna?
Her left hand is fractured in 2 places.
Wow. See what you did?
These were all accidents. I did not intend.
How many more accidents? Every man has his time.
Yes, every single person.
But you've cheated. You have extended your life at the expense of another. Graves, give Data back. Give him back.
Data is dead.
No, he's not. He's still in there.
He's not simply an android. He's a life form, entirely unique. Now set him free!
No!
Data, I need you to fight. You're in there somewhere. Come on.
How many?
Yeah, how many more?
How many more accidents?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, where is Lieutenant Commander Data?
Oh, we've been here before. It's not the first time we saw him laid out.
Data, can you hear me?
Jordy, why am I lying on the floor in this undignified position?
He's back.
I've heard more than enough. You're you again.
Yes, I knew from the way he said Jordy's name.
Captain, look at this. Ira put himself in the computer.
So now he's the Enterprise?
The intellect of Ira Graves has been deposited into our computer. There is knowledge, but no consciousness.
Aha.
Human.
Okay, we're good to go.
To know him is to love him is to know him.
Perhaps it is best that I do not remember. I trust I did nothing unbecoming to a Starfleet officer.
Does wrestling with a Klingon Targ ring a bell?
Poor Data. He's like, what did I do?
Did I win?
The important question. This was so enjoyable because I love watching Brent do different things with Data's character. This was quite enjoyable, especially the insubordination. And I know that it's in the writing, it was in the script, that like they knew something was off, but oh no, we would have done these tests a little bit sooner if it was me. Like, something is wrong. Data doesn't talk to people like this. What the heck is wrong with him? Like the speech, okay? The speech before they jettisoned Graves' body out into space. I mean, oh boy. And it wasn't even a jettison. It was the transporter. But y'all get what I'm trying to say. It wasn't like what they did with Mr. Spock's body. But I'm just like, y'all, stay with it. And obviously you could tell by the way Graves asked Data about like the off switch and Data just gave him the information. I just was like, yeah, this is not gonna go well. Now, up until that particular point, I didn't think that Graves was really up to anything bad. I really didn't think so. I'm sure that if they didn't have that type of a conversation, he would have just transferred his consciousness into the computer system on that planet. But he saw an opportunity to try and be with Kareen, and honestly, I didn't think that he injured her that badly as Data. Like, I really didn't. I thought it was more just pressure. I didn't think that he actually fractured anything. But you know, hearing that and then seeing what he did to Jordy, I really thought Jordy was dead for 2 seconds. I was really about to go through that screen. Because you don't mess with my Jordy. Okay, listen, let me tell you something now. If it's 2 characters in the next generation I will go through the screen for, it is Jordy and Data. Probably Wesley too, but definitely Jordy and Data. Those 2 right there, nope. Don't mess with them. Nope. I enjoy them way too much. And I will say I've seen this theme in a lot of shows and also movies where it's like, you know, death is like right around the corner and it's just like, I don't want to go. I want to stay. And if there's a way for me to stay here longer, I'm going to take the opportunity. But I am glad that because I did panic there at the end where I was just kind of like, what do you mean he's in the computer? Like, that wasn't part of the plan. But it's nice to know that the human aspect is gone and we just have his knowledge, which was very nice of him to do. But I'm glad that Captain Picard, even though he did get knocked out, I'm glad that he was able to get to him somehow, some way, especially like talking about the accidents. Because I think that he, like, in a way, you're kind of like, how are you in like such denial that you've caused that you've injured people? How are you in this much denial? But as soon as you knock out Captain Picard, it's like, okay, fine, all right. And I do appreciate going back to Karine. I appreciate what she was saying to him. Like, no, I don't want to just live in an android body. Like, what are you talking about? It's just, people make a lot of assumptions about what people want in life that they never take the time to really ask or really think, well, what if this person really doesn't want that? What if they really don't want this for themselves for the rest of their existence? And I'm glad that she was, you know, like blunt, like, okay, I get it. You know, much older man, I'm a much younger young lady. Okay, you were attracted to me, but, and I'm not saying anything like negative about those types of relationships. I'm not, but it's just kind of like, you already died, dude. You already died. And yeah, this isn't, no. May she have a wonderful rest of her life. And may Mr. Graves, you know, when he ascended to the upper room, I'm guessing, may his consciousness have a wonderful adventure. That's all I can say about that. But yes, so out of, let me see, episode 6 and episode 5. I actually quite enjoyed both of these a lot because in episode 5, it was more Counselor Troy kind of focused with, you know, with her and Reva, and I mean, it was really about Reva more than anything, but saw moments with that, and then Data in this one, and we got to really see Brent like break out of the Data that we're used to seeing again. So I would probably say between these two, episode 6, mainly because of Data's, oh my gosh, here we go. Brent's performance as Data in this. I just, you know, you don't see Data do that often. So it's always kind of a nice treat when you get to see Brent like break out of that a little bit. So I'll say that. But overall, both very, very good episodes. So with that being said, guys, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and please hit that notification bell so you guys know whenever I upload. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.